Listen to me carefully. If you want to change your life, the very first step is to reset your thinking, because your mindset is either building you or breaking you every single day. Too many people wake up, go through the motions, and expect different results while still thinking the same way they were thinking last year, last month, or even yesterday. Let me tell you something. If you continue to think like the person you were when you faced your last failure, when you faced your last disappointment, when you faced your last heartbreak, you are already behind. Growth does not happen by repeating the same thoughts over and over and hoping for a miracle. Growth demands a reset. You have to be willing to let go of old habits, old patterns, old beliefs, and old excuses that no longer serve you. Every level in life requires a new mentality, a new way of thinking, a new standard. You can't run a Fortune 500 company with a small town mindset, and you cannot conquer your dreams with an average mentality. If you want new results, if you want breakthroughs, if you want to see change, you have to refresh your mindset. That means getting uncomfortable. That means challenging yourself. That means asking hard questions about why you've allowed certain thoughts to control your life. Stop replaying your failures like they define you. Stop telling yourself, I'm not enough, or I can't do this. Those voices in your head are lies, and the only way to silence them is by speaking truth to yourself every single day. Refreshing your mindset is not optional. It is mandatory if you want to live a life of purpose, a life of impact, and a life of greatness. When you reset your thinking, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You start to act with courage where others act with fear. You begin to believe in your capacity to grow, to learn, and to dominate in your field, because mindset is the engine that drives everything. Your circumstances may be hard, your past may have been rough, but your mindset is the one thing that can turn every obstacle into an opportunity, every struggle into strength, and every failure into a stepping stone toward success. You have to decide today, are you going to stay stuck in the same thinking that has held you back, or are you going to hit the reset button, refresh your mind, and operate at a higher level? Champions don't wait for a perfect moment, they create their moment. They understand that thoughts shape actions, actions shape habits, and habits shape destiny. If you want to live the life you've been dreaming of, you must start by changing the way you think. Resetting your thinking is not just about motivation, it's about transformation. It's about looking in the mirror and deciding that the person staring back at you is capable of more than what you've allowed yourself to achieve so far. It's about rejecting mediocrity and stepping into excellence. Life is too short to stay trapped in the mindset of yesterday. Refresh your thinking today because your future depends on it, your dreams depend on it, and your greatness demands it. Stop making excuses. Stop doubting yourself. Reset your thinking, refresh your mindset, and watch how your life changes when your mind changes. Let me tell you something right now, your mind is the battlefield where your future is won or lost, and the most critical thing you can do to refresh your mindset is to be intentional about what you feed it. Too many people walk around complaining about their circumstances, blaming the world for their lack of progress, and yet they allow their minds to be filled with negativity, doubt, and distraction. Let me be clear, you are what you consume. The books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the shows you watch, the conversations you engage in, they all shape your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately your actions. If your mind is constantly fed fear, excuses, and gossip, don't expect courage, confidence, or clarity to grow. If your environment is toxic, if the people around you are negative, if your daily habits are unproductive, then your mindset will be small, your vision will be limited, and your results will reflect that. Refreshing your mindset means being selective about what you allow into your mental space. Motivation is not something that happens once in a while. It is something that must be cultivated daily. Discipline is not occasional, it is habitual. Growth is not a one-time event, it is consistent and relentless. You have to starve your mind of distractions, fears, and limiting beliefs, and feed it daily with knowledge, inspiration, and examples of people who have achieved what you are striving for. Surround yourself with voices that elevate you, books that challenge you, mentors that push you, and experiences that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your actions. If you want to be successful, you must train your mind to focus on solutions, opportunities, and possibilities rather than problems, obstacles, and excuses. Don't let the headlines, the drama, or the noise of the world control your mind. Take control. Be intentional. Guard your mental space like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Every decision you make, every action you take, every step you move forward begins in the mind. If you feed your mind what fuels your future, you will start to think bigger, act bolder, and achieve more than you ever thought possible. But if you allow your mind to feast on negativity, doubt, and fear, you will shrink, stagnate, and settle for less than you deserve. Refreshing your mindset is not about wishful thinking, it's about deliberate action. It's about being conscious of every influence you allow to enter your mental world and choosing only those that push you toward excellence. Your environment, your habits, and your associations are the fertilizers for your mind. Choose wisely what you cultivate. Every successful person you admire did not get there by accident. They were intentional about what they allowed into their minds, what they consumed, and who they surrounded themselves with. You have to do the same. Feed your mind what fuels your future, because when your mind is on fire with clarity, purpose, and determination, your actions will follow, your results will follow, and your life will follow. Start today, guard your thoughts, choose your influences, elevate your mind, refresh your mindset, and the world will have no choice but to elevate you. Listen to me very carefully. Pain is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher, your strongest motivator, and your ultimate fuel if you know how to use it. Too many people allow pain to paralyze them, to depress them, to define them. They go through heartbreak, loss, failure, rejection, and disappointment, and instead of learning, growing, and leveling up, they let it consume them. Let me tell you something. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. What separates those who rise from those who remain stuck is not the absence of struggle, it's what they do with the struggle. Every setback you have faced in your life, every moment that knocked you down, every time someone said you couldn't, it wasn't there to destroy you, it was there to develop you. But here's the truth. Pain will either poison your mindset or propel it. It is your decision. You can look at your failures and say, why me? Or you can look at them and say, what is this teaching me? Champions do not avoid pressure, they embrace it. They understand that pressure is not a punishment, it is a preparation. Every scar on your body, every tear you've cried, every sleepless night you've endured, every disappointment you have suffered, these are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you survived, proof that you are stronger than you thought, proof that you have the raw material necessary to rise above. The question is, will you let your pain define you, or will you use it to refine you? The greatest power in life comes from harnessing the energy of your struggles and transforming it into action. Every obstacle, every rejection, every challenge is an opportunity to build resilience, grit, and determination. The person who has felt the deepest pain often becomes the most compassionate, the most driven, and the most unstoppable. You have to decide today that your pain is not a prison, it is a platform. It is the very thing that can launch you into the next level of your life if you allow it. Stop wasting energy on self. pity on regret and on what-ifs. Channel that energy into purpose, into action, into growth. Pain is temporary, but the strength you develop from it lasts a lifetime. You have to embrace it, confront it, and let it push you forward. Every failure, every loss, every disappointment has a lesson baked into it, and those lessons are more valuable than any comfort, any shortcut, or any easy road you think you deserve. Refreshing your mindset means seeing every challenge as fuel, every struggle as a stepping stone, and every setback as a setup for a comeback. The world is not going to hand you success. It's going to test you, challenge you, and break you, but you have the choice to turn every trial into triumph. Pain is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of your transformation. When you change how you see struggle, when you transform suffering into strength, you start to live differently. You start to act differently. You start to think differently. And when your mind is powerful, your actions become unstoppable. Decide today that pain will no longer weaken you. It will empower you. Use it. Leverage it. Let it propel you forward. Your scars are not shame. They are strength. Your struggles are not setbacks. They are setups. Refresh your mindset by turning pain into power, and watch how every obstacle becomes an opportunity for greatness. Listen to me and listen carefully, refreshing your mind. It is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making a decision about who you are going to become right now. Too many people drift through life, allowing circumstances, doubts, and the opinions of others to define their identity. They wait for validation, for opportunity, for the stars to align, and in the meantime, they settle for mediocrity. Let me tell you something, your greatness will not come to you by accident. Your future will not show up without your deliberate choice. You have to decide right now who you are becoming, and then live with that decision every single day. You must make a conscious, unwavering commitment that quitting is no longer an option, that excuses have no place in your life, and that your dreams demand a better version of you. When you decide who you're becoming, everything changes, your mindset shifts, your actions align with your goals. Your habits start to reflect the person you've chosen to be. Decisions shape destiny, and clarity about your future self is the ultimate catalyst for success. Champions don't live by chance, they live by choice. They don't react to life, they proactively create the life they envision. And the first step in that process is deciding that your identity is not defined by your past, your failures, or your limitations, but by your vision for the future and your commitment to act on it. When you make this decision, you begin to filter everything in your life through the lens of growth. You start asking yourself, does this serve the person I am becoming? Every action, every thought, every relationship, every habit is now evaluated against your vision. You stop tolerating negativity, procrastination, and distractions because they are inconsistent with who you are becoming. You start to elevate your standards, elevate your mindset, and elevate your performance. And here's the truth, the moment you make the decision to become someone greater, the universe begins to respond. Opportunities appear, doors open, and people start to recognize the energy and purpose radiating from you. But it all starts with a decision, a clear, intentional choice about who you are going to be. Don't wait for motivation. Motivation follows clarity. Don't wait for perfect timing. Timing follows commitment. Decide today that you are no longer going to be held hostage by fear, doubt, or the opinions of others. Decide that your future self deserves every ounce of effort you can give right now. Mindset is the foundation of everything, and the decision to become who you are meant to be is the ultimate refresh. Your past does not define you. Your circumstances do not define you. Your failures do not define you. Only your decision about who you are becoming defines your destiny. When you commit to this, you will no longer settle for less. You will no longer make excuses, and you will no longer allow life to happen to you. You will make life happen for you. Champions do not wait, they decide, and then they execute relentlessly. They understand that consistency, discipline, and focus flow naturally when your identity is anchored in a clear decision about who you are becoming. Refresh your mindset by deciding today that mediocrity ends now, excuses end now, and greatness begins now. Step into the life you were meant to live. Decide who you're becoming. Live like that person every single day and watch as your reality transforms to match your decision. The power is in your hands, the choice is in your control, and the time is now.